Danielle from the children's room at Hedberg Public Library, and I'm here today for a bubble party. Hip hip hooray for bubbles! Did you stop by the library to pick up your bubble party gift bag? If not, don't worry, bubbles are pretty easy to come by any time of year nowadays, and you won't really need bubbles to enjoy our bubble party fun today. I'd like to thank United Cerebral Palsy of Rock and Dane counties for putting together the information included in our bubble party pack today. They provided some really great information on intentional ways to play with your children to both build your baby's brains as well as develop language skills. And they provided us bubbles to play with. I will include contact information for those agencies at the end of this video, as well as in the information below the video. All right, so let's get started with this bubble party fun. One of the great things about blowing bubbles is it gives children a chance to practice their oral motor skills, right? So their rounded mouth shape that they make when they're blowing, that is really important for language development. So we are going to practice blowing some bubbles. And don't worry if you don't have real bubbles, because we are going to blow some pretend bubbles, all right? And so they're gonna start small like this, all right? You can blow with me. Here's a bubble. And here's a bubble. A great big bubble I see. Can you count them? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do that again. Let's blow our bubbles. We've got small. Here's a bubble. And here's a bubble. A great big bubble I see. Can you count them? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Great. All right, we can tell that rhyme another way. I'm gonna see if I can get some bubbles on my screen. Here's a bubble, and here's a bubble. A great big bubble I see. Can you count them? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna share a story with you now. Miss Karin, who purchases board books at the library, showed me this one. And it's great. It's from a series called Storytelling Math. And the headline with Storytelling Math is Math, Diversity, and the Power of Story. So these are great. And there are 3 other ones in the series. We are going to read this one today. And it's called Circle Sphere by Grace Lynn. All right. And we'll talk a little bit about circles and spheres after we read this great story. So it starts out, let's blow bubbles. Soapy water for us to share, and a bubble wand for each of us. So many shapes. Circle, triangle, and heart. What bubble shape will each wand make? What do you think? That's something maybe you could try. My wand is a circle. I blow. My bubble is a ball, a sphere. So that is called a sphere shape or a ball shape. This is Olivia, and Olivia blows into the triangle. What shape will her bubble be? What do you think? It's another ball. Did you know it would be another ball? Is that what you thought? This is May. Will May blow a different shape? What shape is her wand? It's a heart, right? Oh, it's a ball too. Big bubbles, little bubbles, they are all balls. They are all spheres. Do you see big bubbles and little bubbles? And they are all the same shape. What sound does it make when you break a bubble? It is pop, 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 right? Pop, pop, pop. They are popping their bubbles. All right. The end. So this book also has some great information for parents. On the back pages, it's got some great ideas for things to try. So encourage children to experiment with objects that have different shapes. What happens if they try to roll a box? Can you build a tower out of balls? Invite your children to compare and contrast the shapes in this story. How are the wands the same and how are they different? So it talks about how children explore the world around them and learn about math, and just has some great ideas. All right, and we are going to use some of those ideas in our next activity. All right. So let's talk about that word that we just learned, right? Sphere. That is the shape of a bubble, right? So I wanted to show you something. This is a plate, right? And we say this plate is a circle, right? It is a circle when we look at it this way, but look at this. When we look at it this way, it is not a circle, right? We say this is flat. So we can start to talk to children about 2D and 3D objects. We don't have to use those words. We can talk about things being flat, right? But then when we look at something like a ball, it is a circle no matter which way we look at it, right? So it's a ball is different, right? When you look at them from this direction, they both look like they are circles, but the ball looks like a circle all the way around, right? So we call this a sphere, okay? Or a ball shape, a sphere. So I have some other things to show you that are spheres, all right? And I will give you some clues. So maybe you saw that. One thing that I found that was a pretty nice sphere was in my refrigerator. It is a fruit, and its name is its color. Can you think of a fruit that its name is its color, and it is shaped like a ball or a sphere? It's an orange, right? That's a pretty nice sphere shape, right? An orange. All right, and I found something else shaped like a sphere, pretty much. It has a little hanger on it too, but I found it on my Christmas tree, actually. I have a Christmas tree in my house, and I found an ornament, right? And it's round no matter which way you look at it. It is a sphere with a little hanger on it, all right? And I thought of something else that I could make that could be a sphere, but I need to get some mittens on before I do this because it will be very cold on my hands, okay? So what can you make out of snow that would be a sphere? I'm trying. Let's see if it's good packing snow. I am making a snowball that is shaped like a sphere, right? It is a ball shape, and it is round no matter which way you look at it, right? So my snowball, if I keep pressing it, is a sphere. Here, I can take my mitten off now. There, another sphere. Like our bubbles and our orange and our ornament and our basketball. All right, for our next project, we are going to make bubble snakes. So the instructions, I'm going to follow along. They were in your gift bag if you were able to pick one of those up from the library. If not, just follow along with me. I'll show you first what you need, and then you can pause the video and go grab some of these things. Most of the things I think you will find around your house. So the first thing you need is an empty water bottle like this, or some kind of empty beverage bottle, plastic, so that you can cut the bottom of it off. All right, so that'll be one of the first things we do. You need either an old towel or an old sock. So I went into our mismatched sock bucket and I had plenty to choose from. This poor cute little stripy sock has been missing a match for a very long time, so I'm going to use this. And you need a pair of scissors. Like I said, this is a grown-up job to cut off the bottom of the water bottle. You need a rubber band, and I have kind of a hefty one to hold the end of the sock onto the end of the water bottle. You will need some kind of liquid soap. I'm trying dish soap. You could also use hand soap, liquid hand soap. And you need a container like this to put your bubble solution in, and 1 cup of water. All right, so first thing we're going to do is, grown-ups, we're going to cut the bottom of the water bottle off. So most of them they have reduced packaging to the point where they're usually pretty easy to cut. So I maybe cut mine a little too short. I would maybe do it a little bit longer so that you have a good place to secure your sock or towel on. So I'm going to cut the end of my sock off too. I'm going to put that over the end of my water bottle. Like this. I'm embarrassed to show you this dirty sock. My whites are not that white, I guess. All right, so here is what you, oops, wrong end here. The ends that we blow out of. All right, there. So you're going to put a rubber band around it. Like I said, I maybe would do this a little bit longer. Get my rubber band and secure it. Mine's long enough I can secure it right around the part that I'm going to blow through. All right, so yes, I'm gonna take this off. So I'm going to actually blow, right, to make my snakes through here. All right, so that's kind of what it looks like. Then we are going to make our bubble solution. So I've got my dish here, and this is kind of a fun way to let kids experiment with measuring things. So you have to find 1 cup. I'll show you on this side, 1 cup. So they can practice measuring with something that it's not real important to be exact. So I'm gonna pour my water in my bowl. And then it says, give it 1 big squirt of soap. All right, so that's why measurement isn't that important, because I don't really know what big is. All right, so I'm just gonna squirt some in there. And then I'm gonna take a stick. I've just got like a popsicle stick here. I'm gonna swirl it around a little bit. All right. We're going to take this end, dip it in our bubble solution. All right, ready to see what happens? And that's called a bubble snake. And there you go. See how long you can make your steak before it falls apart. So one of the experiments you can do is put some food coloring. I'm gonna try putting it right on my snake bubble blower and see if I can make a rainbow snake. So we'll see if this video makes the cut, all right? All right, so I've got some green. Wow, this food coloring hasn't been used in a while. It's color in my hands, so it must still work. All right, some red. Great place to play with your bubble snake maker is in the bathtub, right? All right, blue, and we got some yellow in here too. All right, and yellow. So I'm gonna dip this again and see if I can make a rainbow snake. Dip. And flip it over. I see some rainbow. Do you see the colors? I see them. I see some yellow, some green. I'll do one more dip. Again, the bathtub would be a great place to play with this. I see the colors there. Let's see if they come out in the bubbles. That was a good one right in the beginning, right? When they have a chance to soak. All right, let's blow some bubbles. All right, I've got my bubbles, and bubbles are a really fun thing to play with children of all ages. Bubbles are adored by everybody, right? And they keep young kids engaged for a long time. And there's lots of vocabulary development that can happen around playing with bubbles, right? We can talk about, you know, open and close the container and blow, right? Blow. We can talk about bubbles up high, bubbles down low, pop, pop, pop. We can talk about jumping or stomping on bubbles. All right, we can talk about my turn and your turn. Big bubbles and small bubbles. And so many bubbles. All right, we are going to sing another bubble counting rhyme. We are going to count to 10 bubbles this time. It's a song called 10 Little Bubbles, and there's a great version of it on Sarah Hickman's Toddler CD, and you can find that on, I think, almost all of the music streaming services. So, sing along with me. It goes like this. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bubbles, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bubbles, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bubbles, 10 little bubbles go pop, pop, pop. Thank you for joining me today for our bubble party fun, and thank you again to UCP Dane and Rock Counties for providing us with the fun bubbles and for the great information that they provided us. I'm not sure by the time this video premieres, I'm not sure if there will be any gift bags with the bubbles left, but you can always give the library a call at 758-6585 to check that out. And I hope you enjoyed the bubble party fun today. I will conclude my video with just some fun music that you can continue to dance and blow bubbles to, all right? See you again soon.